From childhood fame to a shocking downfall, this true crime story follows the disturbing case of Ricardo Medina Jr., the former Power Rangers actor who went from playing a hero on screen to being convicted in a real-life murder. Welcome to Rusted Archives, Forgotten Stories, Eerie Truths. If you crave mysteries that never rest, hit subscribe and let's dive deep into the shadows of history. We post new episodes every week, so if that's your thing, consider subscribing and turning on notifications so you never miss a story. Of all the cases we've covered, today's story easily ranks among the most disturbing. While there are no graphic images, the sequence at the end is deeply unsettling. Viewer discretion is advised. Now, let's get into today's case. In 1986, 39-year-old Tom Hawks was a devoted father raising two teenage sons in Newport Beach, California. Recently divorced, Tom was doing his best to stay positive when one day at a local chili cook-off, he locked eyes with a woman who would change his life. Her name was Jackie, and the connection between them was instant. Tom, tall, rugged, and mustached, walked straight over and introduced himself. Jackie, 29 years old, warm and kind, was just as taken with him. Before long, the two were inseparable. By 1989, they were married, and Jackie moved in with Tom and his two boys. She was so loving and devoted that the boys began calling her Mom. Jackie couldn't have children of her own after a motorcycle accident years earlier, but being a mother figure to Tom's sons filled that void in her heart. For years, Tom and Jackie raised their family. When the boys eventually grew up and left home in 2002, the couple embraced their new chapter. They had been saving carefully for years, living frugally with one goal in mind: retirement on the open sea. That same year, they sold their home and purchased a modest yacht they named the Well-Deserved. It wasn't glamorous, but it was theirs. They poured their energy into restoring and upgrading it, turning it into a cozy floating home. For 2 years, Tom and Jackie lived their dream, sailing the coasts of California and Mexico, watching sunsets from the deck, and enjoying the freedom they had worked so hard to earn. But in 2004, life presented them with even better news. Their first grandchild was on the way. Excited to settle down and be close to family, the Hawks made the decision to sell the yacht and buy a home near their son. In November, they listed the Well-Deserved for sale at around $500,000. A young couple expressed interest almost immediately. Tom and Jackie were thrilled. They believed this deal would set up their next chapter of their lives perfectly. But just days later, their family realized something was wrong. Calls went unanswered, and the Hawks, who never went long without contacting loved ones, had gone silent. Tom's brother, a retired police chief, drove to Newport Beach to check on them. When he reached the dock, the yacht didn't look right. Ropes were left dangling, panels uncovered, and towels stuffed carelessly in a porthole. Tom was known for being meticulous. He never would have left the boat in such disarray. It was clear the Hawks weren't there, and worse, something was off. Not long after, the supposed new owners, Skylar and Jennifer DeLeon, contacted the family. They claimed they had finalized the purchase, but also couldn't reach Tom or Jackie. According to them, after signing papers and accepting cash, the Hawks drove away in their SUV, possibly headed toward Mexico. But when police checked, the Hawks' bank accounts showed no sign of a large deposit. Their vehicle later surfaced in Mexico, not with them, but with an unrelated man who said the car belonged to Skylar. The story wasn't adding up. As investigators dug deeper, Skylar's criminal history came to light: armed robbery, prison time, and suspicious money. At first, he insisted the Hawks were left alive, but eventually one of his accomplices broke under questioning. The truth was horrifying. Tom and Jackie never left that yacht alive. They had been lured onto the Well-Deserved under the pretense of a sea trial. Once in open water, the couple was ambushed, restrained, and forced to sign over financial documents. Then, shackled together and chained to a heavy anchor, they were thrown overboard, conscious, alive,
and pulled into the depths of the Pacific Ocean. Evidence soon tied Skylar and Jennifer directly to the crime. They had even been caught using the Hawks' personal video camera to record their own family Thanksgiving, taping over their couple's final happy moments. Justice eventually caught up with everyone involved. Jennifer was sentenced to life without parole. Skylar and his partner in crime received the death penalty. But for Tom and Jackie's family, the real loss could never be undone. They had set out to live their dream, and instead met one of the most tragic fates imaginable. If you found today's story compelling, consider subscribing for more strange and chilling true crime cases posted weekly. Thank you for watching, and stay safe.